Alright, so this is now my third attempt at making this video. First time memory ran out, second time battery died. So we'll go from here and we'll see how far I get until something else goes wrong. But this is my first video, so bear with me. But you know, as my name implies on YouTube, I do custom knife work. Right now what I'll be showing are some scales and a couple of production knives. But what I have right now are 4 sets of scales for a knife that's very common. People are very familiar with it. So we'll go through those, and then I'll go ahead and show the 2 knives that I've customized. And if there's anything that you like, that you see you want exactly, I have them. That's why I made them. If this piques your interest and shows something that you might want something like, done in maybe a different color, or color done in a different pattern, just you can PM me and I'm happy to respond to you. But we'll go through what I've got here, and then I'll show you the 2 knives that I've customized. So the scales are for a very popular knife. It's the Manix 2 by Spyderco, and we'll start with the first set. These are done in toxic green, and as you can see, they're the large PPT pattern, so quite comfortable. They're heavily beveled on the edges, as you can see. Very comfy. All the sets of scales that I've got are ambidextrous, so you can use them with either hand. And the only thing that's really different than these from the factory ones really is the fact that they're a little thicker. So if this is something that you do want to go ahead and get your hands on, and you know that all custom scales generally are a little thicker than your stock ones. So unless anybody's really paying attention to thickness from the factory specs, you're going to have to bend your pocket clip a little bit to get these to fit. This is factory thickness right here, and then everything else beyond that, as you can see, is the pattern, and they're all like that. And most custom knife scales are done that way, just because you can always kind of nudge the pocket clip a little bit. But really, if you want to make the knife more comfortable and more user friendly, you got to make the rest of the scales a little thicker. So these are done in toxic green, like I said, large PBT pattern, heavily beveled, and like I said, they're ambidextrous. All these are. So that's the first set. Like I said, done in toxic green. Alright, so we'll keep going here. Next set is done in tan, and this is a double Anzo pattern, and really kind of gives it a bone look. I like it. It's not showing up as dark as it should. In person this is a darker color, but comparatively speaking to the next set you can see the difference. But this is tan. Like I said, it's done in a double Anzo pattern, so this ridge right here does kind of mimic kind of a bone or spinal pattern. I like it. Once again, same thing, thicker throughout the rest of the scales except where the pocket clip attaches, which, like I said, pretty standard on most custom scales from what I've seen. And like I said, they are ambidextrous. So that's that set. I'll set those up there. Next set are kind of my homage to Tough Thumbs. These are done in the Arctic Gray, and it's a little different than his. I call it the double reptilian pattern, the thing that he definitely has made famous. It's a pattern he created himself, but I kind of took it a little further. I've seen something similar to this, but nothing quite this uniform. So I don't know if I'm the first, or maybe I'm just kind of doing something a little differently than what he may have done before. But without him, I definitely would have not done this, because a friend of mine saw him and said, "Hey, you ought to check this guy out. He's doing something kind of looks like you could do." Like I said, these are done in Arctic Gray. So definitely, this is kind of my first full set of custom scales that I did, and I definitely used his patterns as a template, and I do like it. It's very comfy. Like I said, he's a little thicker than the factory scales, but they are drilled out for either handed carry, and these are done in the Arctic Gray. So that's the difference between the two there. If I flip them over, you can see a better difference. Yeah, you can see how nice and light that is compared to the other one. So tan, Arctic Gray. Alright, keep going here. This is the last set that I've gotten. This is my favorite. These are done in black and tan, and really everybody knows this to be kind of really comes out black and gray, especially as you can see right there. But these are done in just an offset Anzo pattern, you know, pretty standard, although I just brought it up a little higher just so it feels a little less uniform, a little more heavier towards the back of the grip. So when you got that on the grip, you get a little more purchase towards the back near your palm, so it feels a little thicker, although it's not any thicker. It just kind of feels that way, I think, and a little different, you know, than what you may have seen before. So like I said, ambidextrous holes, and like I said, black and tan, which really works out to be black and gray. And like I said, so all 4 of these sets are for sale, and just PM me for pricing if you would, and or if you see something that kind of piques your interest or makes you think you want something very similar or something like that in just a different color, there are those. But start with this first one here. So this knife is not finished yet, just simply because I haven't refinished the blade, but I may leave it like this for a little while, just because I don't know if someone may want it this way in conjunction with the scales that are already on it. Scales that are already on it. New pattern that I came up with. I call it bulletproof, because I think it looks a little like bullet holes, put it simply. And this is probably the last video I take on this camera, just because it doesn't really zoom very well, and you just can't get good detail on that. But yep, I can zoom in and make it look real bad, or I can zoom out and you get some definition. But as you can see, the pocket clip and blade finish show a little sign of wear. It's just because, you know, it's a knife that I've had for a while, and you know, I like it. I've used it somewhat, but it does still have a very fine edge on it. And the finish itself, like I said, just shows a little sign of wear. But if someone wants this, I've got no problem taking that finish off, acid dipping and stone washing this. I have done quite a lot of that actually, so really it's just the scales you ought to be concerned about. The rest of the knife will look like brand new. And back spacer, obviously black and ODU match, and as you can see, the scales completely flush to the liner. Very nice high polish on the scales. But yeah. So like I said, this was my knife, and I just got my hands on another small Emerson that I've really kind of been wanting for a while, the Mini Roadhouse. So I'm setting this one down and using that one because I just really like it. So if anybody is looking for something like this, or this kind of inspires them to want something custom, or they want this knife right here, it is for sale. So just PM me, let me know if you want that finish taken off. No problem. If you want it the way it is, give you a little bit of a discount. So just let me know. Also, I do the pocket clip pivot to match, or I can heat color it along with the liners to match. So like I said, very smooth, nice and centered. Alright, and this last one is a knife I got new in trade, but I just thought it looked nice with a little custom work done to it. So this is brand new, never been carried, and I just went ahead and customized it because I thought it looked better this way with some material that I made myself. This is just kind of a nice pinstriped pattern. It's a Spyderco Chokwe, and as you can see, very dark blue pinstripe, and there we go, it is showing up somewhat. These are very crisp lines. Unfortunately, this camera's not doing a very good job of showing them, but you can see how in fact there are lines within those large lines, and that's actually the material. That's why I intended it to be a large. Looks like a pinstripe suit is what I was going for, because I think that's a kind of the next generation gentleman folder right there. And the titanium, of course, has been anodized to match. Nice matte blue. Didn't touch the pocket clip. I did do the standoffs, as you can see. And I did the liner itself, just because I didn't really like it to be, I didn't want it to be real bright. The only thing I think would look real nice is that nice interesting blade that they got there. So like I said, it's a nice contoured scale. As you can see, the pinstripes, like I said. Nice contoured scale. Obviously completely flush. I mean, this is just one of the nicer knives that Spyderco makes, and this just makes it look even nicer. So once again, if this is something you want, PM me and I can get you a price on it. And otherwise, if this inspires you to maybe get some work done by me, I'd much appreciate that too. So just let me know what you think of everything I got here. At the very least, I'd just like to get some positive feedback and let me know if this is something that everybody's really thinking is kind of the next step for this material, because I've seen a lot of other new materials come out lately, some purple G10 and some new composites that I've seen. I really like some of that C-Tech and that new, what's it called, Kieranite? Yeah. Some of the newer colors that they're doing, and that's real nice, but I do like a nice uniform material. This definitely fits that, and I think it really kind of gives this knife a different look. Like I said, it's very nice dark navy blue and it's black pinstripe. So if this gets your interest, PM me, let me know. Like I said, everything in the video is for sale. This knife is done, it will not change. Like I said, this knife here, the blade, liners, yeah, I can even change the backspacer maybe if you want, but like I said, the pocket clip, blade finish, pivot, liners, all it can be fit to the desired look for the person inquiring, but the scales themselves will not change. And I think the backspacer actually just kind of goes really nice with them. So if, like I said, this piques your interest, or if this is something you kind of gives you an idea of something you may want to have done, like I said, PM me. This is something that I just started doing. So like I said, this is my first video, and this is everything that I've got right now. If there's something else you may be looking for, just, like I said, send me a message, and I'm more than happy to respond to you. So like I said, that is an Emerson Mini Commander with the bulletproof pattern. It's probably come with a better name for that. It doesn't really look bulletproof. Looks like it's kind of been messed up by bullets. But I like it. Something different. I haven't seen that before, so I'm calling that a first. And this is definitely an only. As far as this material goes, I know I made it myself out of a specific kind of G10. Put it together myself. Man, this knife is smooth. Anyway, later days.